What's up, Junkies? It's your boy Kinshir. We're back with another great episode of Culture Junkies Live. I'm joining you down here from the Nexus of all Culture Junkies with my good friends, the great Datakuchi and GQ. What's up, fellas?
Life. Tomorrow, eating. Having to get prepared for all that food that I have to cook, and I volunteered to do so, but I'm good with it.
You don't regret that, do you? Happy Turkey Day to Sharita Jackson.
I don't
What's
ever
up,
regret
Yin?
food.
Food. What's up, GQ? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. The profit margin's about to be up. That's what's
Profit
about to be
margin is
up.
about to be up. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's about to be Black Thursday.
Um,
So
Black Thursday.
Yep.
Is that all that matters to you?
that
the,
is all
the
that
accumulation
matters. That's all the Thanksgiving is for nowadays for me.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Absolutely. We certainly will.
Yep.
Miao Yin is in the chat saying limber up, I guess, to getting ready ahead of
Limber up.
Limber up. I'm wondering what that's all about, too.
Whatever. Stand in line. That's what that is. Remember to stand in line.
Right?
Do all your stretching while you in line.
Right.
What's up to Sharita, Jackson, and Miao Yin? How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah.
Part of me wants to get freaking Street Fighter V Arcade Edition for $8 on PC, but then the other part of me was like, bruh, you ain't gonna ever play that on your goddamn PC. I mean,
Well, all the mods are making fun, though.
and I agreed 100%. And now that I have one of my computers hooked up to my television, then, yeah, but it's just
Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do in that scenario. Go ahead and get it. It's $8. That's basically a drop in the bucket. We all know that. That's a value meal. And then get the Champion Edition or upgrade for $25. And so you spent $33 and you get everything that's been released for Street Fighter V so far, with the exception of the Capcom Cup like outfits that they came out with, a couple of Fighting Chance outfits, and you don't get the Red Bull outfits. Outside of that, you get every single costume, every other costume in the game rather, all the stages, all the variants of the stages,
wow.
all the colors. So, boom.
I have to do that for my PlayStation 4.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll be getting the upgrade of getting Gil in, I think, December, and some additional stuff that's coming in February when the Champion Edition officially releases.
It's like all these sales
This
going
isn't
on.
the arcade edition. This is
Well, no, Arcade Edition is, again, remember back in the day,
Right.
Street Fighter Champion Edition, Street Fighter
Sure,
Turbo,
Turbo.
Hyper Fight, and blah, blah, blah.
right.
They've
Rainbow
essentially,
edition.
well, Rainbow is unofficial, but they've essentially done
Right.
that again. They're going to be doing, they've had Arcade Edition that came out at the beginning of last year.
Right.
They're having Champion Edition, which is going to come out on Valentine's Day of next year.
So who's in Champion Edition?
They're adding Gil in his stage,
Okay.
and one other person. We don't know who the other person is. But like I said, the Champion Edition upgrade that you can do right now is, because I think Champion Edition physical is going to be $30 in stores, probably also $30 digital. But if you already own the game, they're doing an upgrade kit, as they call it. Essentially the same thing they did with Arcade Edition for Street Fighter 4 way back in the day, even Super Street Fighter 4.
Right.
But you pay $25 and you get 200 plus costumes. You get, like I said, all the colors are unlocked for you. All the stages. And like I said, there's a couple of, costumes that are not part of the bundle. The Red Bull costumes, because again, that was a special promotion with Red Bull. You do not get the CPT or the Capcom Cup tournament costumes, because those were special bundles that you paid for. You paid for basically the stages and the costumes, and all the proceeds, or part of the proceeds, went towards the Capcom Cup pot bonuses and various things like that. So
So is that how they run that whole thing?
again, Capcom is masters of milking it. We know
They've
that.
been milking it since the 90s,
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah, they have.
Remember back in the day, though, it was like, how long is it going to take to get to Street Fighter 3? And if you look back at it, it wasn't even that long.
It really
It
wasn't.
wasn't,
in
but at the
hindsight,
time
when
it
you
felt
think
like
about
it, though. It felt like
It felt like forever.
Yeah, because them 8 characters, they got old real quick. Then them 12 characters, they got old real quick. Then them 16 characters got old real quick. And it was like, dude, can we get another Street Fighter 3? I mean, can we get Street Fighter 3, rather? And then eventually, it was like, damn, we got Street Fighter 3, but we only got Ryu and Ken. And all these other people are weird.
Like, they're all new, and I don't know who they are.
Yep. And then when Chun-Li... In all honesty, that game, Second Impact was probably one of the better versions of that, but Third Strike
Really?
is when they added
Why do you say Second Impact over?
Because Sean
Third
was
Strike?
actually a viable character.
He
Still
was.
had his Shoryu dunk instead of his Shoryu upper or whatever they gave him. He was just a better character in that game as far as his playability. Akuma was added to the game, so that's always a plus for me.
Right.
but it just the game just felt better. Third Strike is the pinnacle of
Yes,
Street
it
Fighter
is.
3, but they added Chun Li into it. You know, increased the game speed just a little bit. So I mean, there was good things about both of them. That's why I like having the Dreamcast one that has the one and two, and then of course you get Third Strike separately. So that's always
Or
a
if
good
you
thing.
buy that new Street Fighter collection that came out for all the systems, you
Dude,
get all
that
of
thing
it.
is terrible.
Really? I got it for the
Yes.
Switch, and I can't tell.
It's not so much that okay. Let me back up. It's because it's the arcade versions.
Oh.
So it's like you get not like remember Alpha 3. Come
Mhm.
on, now World Tour. We all know that was like one of the best things about Alpha 3
Mhm.
outside of just the fun of playing against each other. But you drop all of that content in those games. And again, I get it. They're just doing the arcade ports because again they got them laying around. Let's put them to good use. But the problem is input lag. You have it, and the interface of the game kind of is dumb. Like your quarter button, so to speak, is the touchpad,
Yeah.
but they don't tell you that. It's like press start. Like okay, I'm hitting start, which for PlayStation 4 is options. Okay,
Right.
yeah, but you got to hit the touchpad.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you
Like,
could
like
have
why?
just said that. It's just weird. So and again, I'm not knocking it. It is a great way to get for the most part, every single Street Fighter that had been released, with the exception, of course, of 4 and 5, in one place. That's awesome. There's just some functionality issues with it. And again, I'm not knocking it. It's a cool collection. It's just like, for example, you go back to it, the Dreamcast versions of all those arcade games were the best versions.
Mhm.
We know this because it was kind of built on that architecture, and the Dreamcast was basically a mini arcade machine.
Mhm.
So a lot of those ports, that's why Third Strike is the best on that. I think Capcom SNK 2 was the best on the Dreamcast. Like a lot of
Yeah.
those CP what is CPS 2 and CPS 3.
CPS2.
Those
CPS 2 and 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
those were the Dreamcast was basically that hardware more
And
or less.
Naomi.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah,
So-
the
It
Naomi.
was Naomi.
So then
Yeah.
it begs the question: are we justified in feeling like we're being nickel and dime to death? Like, I mean, because obviously we could go on and on about how it was back in the day. Oh well, in order to unlock characters, all we had to do was just keep playing.
Yeah. Yeah. no,
or
yeah.
beat the game, and then we unlock the characters.
We
and
are
stuff like that.
being nickel and
Oh
dimed.
sure, I mean sure, but-
100%.
But we're getting all these extra outfits and all this
I
other
mean,
stuff. There's a trade-off.
All
So
that
there's
stuff
obviously
seems
a
kind of
trade-off.
cool at the same time, but like, all right, because back when we first started our friendship 20 some odd years ago, we used to play a shit ton of fight games, which was great.
Yep.
Loved it. I do miss that. I would love to bring that back where we're like every week back at it. It gives something into me. By myself, back in the day,
It's not fun.
it was no. Today it's not fun.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah, back then it was fun by myself because you were opening up stuff.
Yep.
I mean, not only was I trying to, get myself better so when I come and play against people, I can actually hold my own, but it's just like, it was something to do. You were opening up a character, you were opening up an outfit if it was 3D, which came a lot later, but it was something. So being nickel and dime it's not fun. I mean, you hear people complain about that crap for most of these, what do you call those games that come out on cell phones, whatever? I don't know. There's tons
Just mobile
of
games in
Yeah.
general.
yeah, it's mobile games are just like, oh yeah, it's free,
Those
but if
things
you
are-
want to do anything,
I know,
you
they're
just
going
put up
to
a lot
nickel
of
and
money.
dime you to death. For sure.
Well, but
they
that's the business model.
And
Yeah,
I
sure.
get
Yeah.
it. I understand it.
Mhm.
I am not saying you can't be that for that business model, but it would still be. I mean, Street Fighter 5 does allow you to do that. You got to play the shit out of it. Try to get that fight money, and I didn't play, super hard, but I played enough to buy Sagat with fight money, and that was before I loaded up the arcade edition.
Well, here's my take on that, and you know me, I played pretty much all the fighting games out there, with the exception of like Persona and some of the other anime fighters. I just am not into them, but I'll give Street Fighter and Capcom credit for being the only fighting game of this generation that allowed you to unlock characters by playing the game. Because let's look at Killer Instinct,
Mhm.
let's look at Dead or Alive, let's look at Tekken, let's look at Soul Calibur, let's look at Mortal Kombat. Every single one of those games has other characters that are released as DLC.
Mhm.
The only exception in Mortal Kombat, I think, only did it for one character, that was Frost, and she was a day one DLC launch character. So it's just like the game came out and Frost is available, but you're putting her behind a paywall, or only I think the only character out of MK11 was that you could unlock by playing the game. Street Fighter V is, again, they nerfed the fight money, they made it harder.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's the only game that, hey, if you decide you're going to play this game like crazy, you can unlock stages and characters and blah, blah, blah through playing the game. It's going to take you some time. Again, that's the trade-off. But, like, you go back to Dead or Alive, you go back to all the other games, you ain't getting nothing no matter how much you play.
Yeah.
If you want Armor King, if you want Negan, if you want any of them, buy the season pass or buy the character individually. So
thanks, Killer Instinct.
Yeah, and Killer Instinct, and the thing is, Killer Instinct started it. Killer Instinct came out free to play, and
you get like. I mean, honestly, when the Xbox first came out, I hated that whole.
Oh yeah,
I hated that whole.
I remember when Waffles first brought it over. We were just sitting there like, so let me get this straight. You just gave them, well, I think it was like $20, $30 at the time, and they only giving you half of the game. I'm like, what is this, man?
And never mind, that bitch still needed to be connected to the internet.
Oh, of course.
Otherwise, it'll lock you out.
And again, that is what it is. I mean, they're turning them to basically, modern consoles are basically miniature computers. We all know this.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they put hard drives in them, they gave themselves the option and the ability to sell us box betas and add stuff after the fact. Now, some games adding stuff is great. Some of the Spider-Man game, Tomb Raider, some of the games that add extra missions, add extra stuff, more playability, cool. But at the same time, some of these companies are like, okay, I think it's almost done. Let's go ahead and put it out. And we got these other couple of stages we're working on. We can sell them for like, $8
Yeah.
a little bit later.
Yeah.
So we're going to make our money back.
And again, I get it. I completely understand it. But at the same time, all of us, grew up playing a lot of the same systems, obviously. We all came up with the same era. It still kind of sucks because you look back and it's like, dude,
Could you imagine buying a car? It's like, when I first bought my car, a car came with radio, windshield wipers. I had my seat belt. I had all.
I mean, now it's bare bones basics.
Yeah. Now you got the car. You got 4 wheels and an engine. Yep. You want something else? You gonna have to buy it.
It's like you got to,
or you got to get this package or that package.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And again, like I said, I completely understand the economics behind it, but it still, as a consumer,
it sucks. It absolutely sucks.
So
on that note, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. I think we've had enough of an icebreaker. Once again, if you're just joining us now, welcome to the 190th episode of Culture Junkies Live. Happy Fansgiving to you all out there. I call it Fansgiving because this is a great time if you're a junkie. We can consume a lot, whether it be movies, whether it be games, whether it be TV shows, whether it be sports, if you're so inclined to be watching those types of things, or you're like GQ and you're more concerned with the accumulation of stuff, cool stuff, but stuff nonetheless. So
real quick, out of the chat. Cameron did say that Smash Brothers also lets you unlock characters. I forgot about that. Cool. Smash Brothers does let you do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he was saying something about Smash Brothers Pass too.
Well, no, there is one, but I think because I don't know about the newest one on the Switch, but the
one on the Wii.
The one on the Wii, like you would play through the arcade mode, I guess it was, or the story, little challenge mode or something, and you would have to fight to unlock whoever the character was that
I missed
that was cool.
Yeah,
okay, so that was one that I did forget. Yeah. So Smash is in there too.
Yeah. So and of course he would stick up for Smash. That guy.
Smash even really.
We're not going to get into this whole
really
debate.
a fighting game.
It's really a fighting game. We're not going to do that. It's all about we're going to be happy. We're trying to get along with the fans. We're trying to stop being misers. We're going to just kind of do our thing. So what I wanted to kind of run you guys by I posted a couple of articles on CultureJunkies.net. I would really love for you to check them out. They're concerning the seemingly never-ending Snyder Cut, so I'll let you go ahead and read those, and we can just talk about it later. Anyway, guys, so first thing I want to talk about, we know what tomorrow is. It's a national holiday. It's Thanksgiving. It's usually about a lot of food, mirth, merriment, getting together, hanging out with family or friends who are like family, much like all of us in this room. Sharita Jackson says she wants this hoodie. You can get it from Homage. I don't know if there's any stores left in Michigan, but you can get it from there.
What hoodie?
The hoodie that I'm wearing. It's a Detroit Pistons hoodie.
Oh, I can't see it.
Pistons.
Don't say it like that.
Or the Pistons.
Yeah, don't say it like that. Anyway,
Hey, if they,
Stanking right
if they,
now.
start
Stanking in the
winning some
league.
games,
don't
you
say
know.
it like that. Don't say it
They
like
just
that.
slightly better than the Golden State Warriors.
So this is actually very true. It's technically true. That is true. Anyway, so I wanted to know what you guys, what's your ideal geek Thanksgiving like? And we're not talking about just a traditional Thanksgiving where you got your friends or you got your family coming to town that you kind of pretty much remember, like when you were a kid, like when all the family used to come to town, all the annoying little cousins and shit. You used to just want to I want my break, I want my peace and quiet. Leave me the fuck alone, right? So, what's your ideal geek Thanksgiving like? Where like if you were to go out and hang with, is it like with GQ? Is it like going out, and conquering the shopping malls for Black Friday? Is it kind of like everybody getting together?
The hell
going to
is
watch
a
movie?
shopping mall?
You know what it is. Chopping mall. Sorry, I'm just
going
kidding.
to the
Anyway,
shopping mall.
So
Yeah, whatever. I'm
yeah.
going to the big box stores
Right.
getting my stuff.
So, what's your ideal geek Thanksgiving like, everybody out there? Let's start with you, GQ, since you're ready to be on.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, John P says you sounding a little bit low over there.
Oh,
Says
okay.
we sound great.
I'll try and fix it.
Because me and Dido got our radio voices on, so
Big,
Oh, I see.
big radio voice here.
I see. Okay.
Down at
This is probably better.
www.wgq.com.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds
that's a lot
good.
better.
Now, my ideal Thanksgiving.
Geeks Thanksgiving. Geek
Okay,
Thanksgiving.
my ideal geek Thanksgiving is turkey sandwiches after I get back from shopping.
Like you don't care that it's hot. It's not. It doesn't have to be hot. The
Dude,
food doesn't have to be hot.
hey,
Just go and get it.
Nothing beats turkey sandwiches after Thanksgiving. Nothing beats honey baked ham sandwiches after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Those are the two most
Absolutely.
geek food things I can think of in life, and that transcends geek food actually. But dude, nothing beats sitting down in front of the TV, big ass Dagwood style turkey sandwich, big ass Dagwood style honey baked ham sandwich, watching the movies or play. I don't play games and eat at the same time. That's not me. But I will watch all them 4K movies I just picked up.
Okay. All right.
That's how that goes.
Yeah,
So
sure.
That's the ultimate geek fans giving for me.
Shit, man. That you having that whole Dagwood sandwich, that shit sounds really good right now.
Of course.
So what about you, Dado? What's your ideal? Well, actually, no. Let me hit in the chat. So Miayan in the chat says playing Mass Effect.
Are there any good Mass Effect games even left?
I mean, really, I don't think there are.
I thought they stopped making those at like 2012.
Right. So she says playing Mass Effect, eating ribs and mac and cheese, champagne, and show tunes. The show tunes part, don't know about that one, but okay.
And show tunes.
Champagne, okay, all right. Do your thing.
Drinking the champagne.
And joining the show, sneaking in on the sneak tip is Fallen Marvel. What's up, brother?
Hey, there he is.
Hello.
Happy pre-Thanksgiving to you, my friend.
Happy pre-shopping day, you mean?
Yeah. Well, you know where his priorities are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know about Miayan's.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what show tunes she's trying to listen to. You talking about the X-Men theme song or Batman the animated series theme song? Those are some great show tunes.
Absolutely.
But if you're talking about like Hello My Honey, Hello My Dolly,
Michigan
Hello,
J.
My
Frog?
Ragtime, yeah, talking about a little bit of Warner Brothers Frog, then you can go ahead with that.
Michigan J. So Father Marvel, you just joined the show, but what's your ideal geek Thanksgiving like?
To be honest, that would be a new one for me because I've never had one.
Ever?
Oh, you
in
never had a
life?
geek Thanksgiving? Okay.
Are you sure?
You sure about that?
I promise you.
Like you ain't never gone out like beating off the mobs, trying to get the latest swag for Black Friday, or going to the movies. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like,
Okay. Well, I would say I had the sticker or anything. You get something. Because usually around this time, it's like I usually try to keep this simple as possible. Usually for me, it's video games and movies.
would you
Pretty much.
would you be trying? Well, would you be trying your damnedest to ward yourself off from the annoying little cousins that come to town to visit and all that other kind of stuff? Like you want your Thanksgiving is your ideal Thanksgiving is just isolation, you and your shit, right? Basically.
Honestly, the last couple of years have been a little bit. It's been a bit isolated, so I won't lie and say that wasn't pretty nice.
Right there, you go. Yeah.
But other than that, it's just it's one of those things where either I don't know. I guess it just really depends. I guess at the end of the day, it just really depends.
All right. What about you then, Nato?
Well, I mean, back in the day, personally, when I didn't have to cook or didn't choose to, I shouldn't have to. Shouldn't say have to. I should say choose to, because I am choosing to. It's like having that day off where you ain't got to do shit, so you sit down and play some video games and play some or watch some anime, because that's basically what I'd like to do on my days off.
Is that your plan? Is that your plan for tomorrow? I love the way you responded to that. By the
I got a
way,
freaking turkey to cook. I got some mac and cheese to cook. Man, I got some dressing to cook. I got to get that shit done. I got some sweet potato pies got to get prepped tonight. After this show, I'm going home to prep that shit because I got to cook that shit because I got fams coming to my house. Family coming to my house.
oh
Bruh.
man, sounds like he's got it rough.
It's not too rough. I plan to have that stuff situated because, like, when you know how to cook, you got stuff done, man. It's not a big hassle. Right now, I got the turkey in the brine going on right now. It's gonna brine for about 12 hours. Start about 8 o'clock. Come out about 8 a.m. Rinse that off. Let it dry. Gonna put it in the oven probably 4 hours before it's time to eat, because supposedly that's how long it's gonna take.
Right.
So macaroni and cheese gets prepped tonight because it ain't that hard. Just boil the noodles, make my sauce, mix that shit up, put it in the pan, put it in the refrigerator. Done.
Your Aunt Carolyn is just like, oh yeah, man.
Yeah, well,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man.
got the dressing going on. Know how to make all that stuff. I can prep it tonight if I want to. I can do it tomorrow. It doesn't really matter because
Wait.
when that.
You're doing actual dressing, not stuffing, right?
What is the fuck is stuffing?
Stuffing is when you put it in the bird.
I ain't putting
Yeah.
shit in no bird.
I hate that because you can't even get as much.
No, I wouldn't be putting anything in a bird except for maybe some aromatics. And aromatics for some of you people out there would be onions, carrots, some celery, something like that. Shit I ain't about to eat, but it's gonna make it taste a little bit.
Hell yeah, add some
aromatic.
flavor.
That's what I'm putting inside
sure.
the turkey.
Sure.
With my dressing, my wife is out there buying a sausage right now. I got my mushrooms, and I don't care if you people out there don't like mushrooms. Mushrooms are delicious.
So Mia Yin says hers tomorrow. She said, I guess if her work is done tonight. Tomorrow will be a geeky Thanksgiving with lasagna, champagne, and the MCU.
Ugh, lasagna champagne. That sounds gross.
I mean, a lot of people are starting to do like these
What?
non-traditional Thanksgiving.
Nobody got it.
No,
I said
sorry.
lasagna champagne.
Yeah.
I got you.
I don't
So,
want lasagna flavor.
So Tony Young says he's coming to your crib, by the way, Dado.
All right.
But for everybody's doing like these non-traditional Thanksgivings now, where they're cooking like Italian food, or
Again,
It's not
if you're-
about what the food
right,
is.
exactly. If you're Italian, you make lasagna and you make pasta on what a quote unquote Thanksgiving. That's not non-traditional. That's what you eat.
I mean, okay, non-American traditional, I guess.
What's American?
Wow.
What is American? Exactly. I mean,
Wow.
turkey is something that we
talking about
eat.
the Native Americans, or we
That's
talking about
fine.
stolen culture? Which one are we
Yeah,
talking about?
there we go. Okay.
Hey, real quick back in the chat though.
Yeah.
John P says you got family down south that can make tasty mashed potatoes without gravies. Mine is blown. Now here's the thing. Mashed potatoes, there's a million different ways you can do mashed
Damn
potatoes.
straight.
So you don't need gravy.
Uh-huh.
Damn
You
straight.
know, hit some of them garlic mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Hit some of that. There you go.
Bacon.
say that right, man.
Put some bacon in there. Put some.
You ever
a
say
little
that
bit of
word, you gotta
cheese in
say
there.
it right.
Indeed.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. I got that clipped, and I will definitely be
Well,
throwing
I
that in the
didn't say it.
soundboard.
That was falling marvelous.
No. I'm
Trying
just
to be-
saying. I'm
trying
just
to be all
saying.
sneaky
I will
about it.
put that in the soundboard so
It
we're
should have
ready
been
to.
in the that should have been the first thing in the
Look,
sound.
look. I ported this over from Ultron. I'm not on Ultron, so I didn't bring it with me. I didn't bring it with me. Anyway, so the next thing I kind of wanted to, get into is kind of throwing it back to what GQ was talking about the accumulation of stuff, collectibles, goods, movies, DVDs and stuff like that. So what's a must get for Black Friday 2019? Like, what's the one thing that you absolutely need to come and, go out and get that's on sale this year? Like, and that brings up another thing, and, we'll get into that too a little bit later, but like, where are the doorbusters? Like, for real. Like, where are they? Anyway, GQ, what's the big thing that you want to get for Black Friday this year?
I'm buying an arcade one-up machine.
Which one?
Getting the Marvel machine.
Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, Marvel
X-Men, Street
superheroes.
Fighter, X-Men.
X-Men shows
Children
the
of
Atom
Atom.
and Punisher.
And Punisher. Wait, the Punisher with Nick Fury?
With white Nick Fury.
White Nick Fury.
White Nick Fury.
White Nick Fury.
Yeah, fire in the hole.
Ooh, one of my favorite cooks just joined the show. She's like, she's worked too much today. All the cooking is happening tomorrow. I'll be over later on, Alice. I promise.
Hey, there you go.
I promise.
Hey, what's up to Top Notch Grizzly in the house?
Indeed.
And Miss Alice, how you doing? But nah, yeah, as far as the doorbusters thing, man, it's not. They've turned it into, and again, I'm not saying it hasn't always been this, but it's TVs that most people ain't gonna really. Well, I'll take that back. TVs that a true gamer and true aficionado of the resolution probably won't necessarily want.
Yeah, them TVs are trash, dude.
Well, no, they're not trash, because like the Samsung 6900 series, which is the one that is showing up almost everywhere, mainly Best Buy, mainly Target, mainly Walmart, is a good TV. But it's one of Samsung's older models. So it's essentially these stores emptying their warehouses out, sending all this product out, like, hey, get rid of these things. And they're not even doorbusters. Like they've had these sitting in the stores for the last week, and you could buy them basically at Black Friday prices. I think a lot of these stores are getting away from the mayhem that I enjoy watching happen. Going back to the Talk Boy with when Home Alone came out. Going back to
that was the dude. You had to have that.
No, I didn't want that thing.
My cousin did.
All it was a tape recorder with a speed button.
Mm-hmm.
They just packaged it up real cute, and everybody thought it was awesome. It was
well,
like, dude,
and it had built-in marketing too from the movie.
Well, of course, because the one in the movie didn't even work. It wasn't even a functioning thing. It was just a prop, and they were like, "Hey, we got to get this made," and they had it done by the time the movie came out. Tickle Me Elmo. There's no more Tickle Me Elmo.
You forget about the number one first, from my understanding, that happened in our lifetime.
Cabbage Patch.
Got darn Cabbage Patch Dog.
My mom still actually has one of the originals. I think when they were using
real
names, using real names from 1938.
I remember with the birth certificates too, right?
Yeah. Well, they came with an adoption certificate.
That's what it was. Adoption certificate.
But and they smelled like baby powder. But
they sure did. That's right. I forgot about that.
Never had one.
Oh, you didn't miss nothing.
You really didn't.
Goofy looking thing, man. It's like, what the hell is this? But no, yes, you're right. The Cabbage Patch was one of the first, mayhem toys, basically. And I missed that. I miss people, trampling each other, beating the hell out of each other to get a toy that they're gonna be able to find like a couple months later. Because like I remember, I was when the NES Classic came out. I took one for the team and decided to camp out in front of a Toys R Us when they still existed, and they are coming back. Actually,
no, you're right. The new one's open in New Jersey. I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Right, the first one.
Yeah, so I camped out in front of a Toys R Us, the one over in Livonia, off of 7 Mile. That's no longer there. So I'm sitting there, whatever, and the guy comes out. Yeah, we have, and I think I was like 8th in line, maybe 6th. No, I was either 6th or 8th, one of the two. So the guy comes out. We have 9 NES Classics. So I'm like, oh hell yeah, because I'm number 8.
Yeah,
so 8 or 6 or whatever it was. So I'm good. And we have 10 Hatchimals. And I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, like,
the fuck is a Hatchimal?
Hatchimal was this thing that it was an egg that like birthed a little small furry bird or some type of
a real one.
No,
like I'm trying to what?
This man doesn't understand anything about health codes and whatnot.
I'm like, I'm just trying to wrap my brain around. Like, what is this?
It birthed a little toy bird or dinosaur or whatever the heck it was.
And you just didn't know what you were going to get.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
So, and the funny thing is, they were like, yeah, we got 10 Hatchimals. And I'm sitting here on my phone, because, you be out in the middle of the night, you on your phone. I'm like,
of course.
So I'm going to eBay. I'm like, Hatchimals, $200. And like I think it cost at the time like 70 or 80 or something. And I'm just sitting there in the back of my mind like, that's pure profit.
Right.
But at the same time, the lady, like a couple of ladies, because you get in line, you start talking to everybody. What else you gonna do?
Uh-huh.
So the lady, a couple of people behind me, she was legit, like her, there wasn't like, she wasn't a scalper. Her daughter literally, because her daughter was there with her. Her daughter wanted a Hatchimal. And part of me was like, she's 11th in line. So if I buy this and flip it, I'm probably going to go to hell 4 times over, because I know for a fact this little girl actually wants this thing. So if I buy it, she ain't getting it.
Did you do it?
No, I did not do
it.
I was nice.
You ain't that heartless?
No, I am, but I was nice that day because I was like,
Okay.
look, I want the NES Classic, and that was the only thing. Because again, I had money to get it,
Right.
you know, that and some of the other little whatever. But again, I miss those days, and we were talking about this in pre-show. I think the internet has basically effectively killed that, and it hurts my heart because I miss those Walmart stampedes.
Mm-hmm. Amazon helped kill it too. You know, yeah, Amazon
well,
totally helped kill
You
it.
do know Amazon operates on the internet, right?
Of course, I'm just saying, like,
I'm Mr. Burton.
anyway. So, Dado, what's the one thing that you want to get on Black Friday if you're gonna shop? Like, is there anything that you're gonna get, like that you're looking for? There's nothing that you're looking for.
No, not really. I mean, you know me, I want to get video games when they're cheap.
I mean, yeah, of course. So,
And I bought that Spider-Man game of the year. I already had the Spider-Man, both of them in a cellophane.
wait a minute. So you never played 1 second of Spider-Man?
Well, I
Not
never played
1
it.
second
Not
of
1 second.
Spider-Man. I'm going to tell you,
Wow.
I played more Shenmue 3 than I played Spider-Man. I did.
What?
I played it.
What?
Wait. So you did an
I've been
unboxing?
waiting 20 years for Shenmue 3. God damn it, man. I'm gonna
So in
play
other
that
words,
game.
you tried to say that the unboxing last week, you opened it and it went home and it got played.
I actually played the freaking
That's
game.
awesome.
That is
Yes.
incredible.
Hold on.
Most
Now, hold on. Let's put this into perspective. How long did you play the game?
Good question.
Probably about an hour.
I knew it. I knew
Mhm.
it. This man waited 20 years to play an hour.
Yeah, I only played it an hour just because, still got adult responsibilities. Had to go to bed.
See, now that's what you do tomorrow when you get some of that downtime.
And I just might. But
I mean, but you got little cousins coming over too, right?
quite possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got an arcade
exactly.
machine. They got stuff to play.
And that's 100% true because I don't know when and what time
Man,
they're supposed to
please.
be coming over.
They're gonna be hopping like every little kid does. They're gonna hop from the game machine. They're gonna hop to this
Yeah.
console. They're gonna hop back to the game to the arcade machine.
Dude, that's where you lay down the law. Look, you about to watch me fish for about 40 years. You about to watch me fish on
Right.
Shenmue. I've been waiting 20 years to play this game. I'm
Right.
sorry. That would be lay down the hammer. Be like, nope. You got all them arcade games to pick from over there. Go over there.
You can go over there and play those. But I can't really say for certain about what I really want because the way I look at this is this: these games are cheap now, and they're going to be cheap later. I have no qualms about buying used games, and if a game suits me at the time I feel like I want to buy it, then I'll buy it. Like right now, I'm sitting on the fence of buying the new remake of Medieval, which came out, I guess last month, under the radar. It's $20 right now. It was recent, and it was recent and under the radar for something that was a remake of a game that came out on PlayStation 1. You think, at least me, that Sony would have been pushing it where you would know that this game is out because I remember Medieval commercials back then. Granted, I don't really see any commercials nowadays at all unless I'm watching like Flash on the CW app. So I keep playing the same damn fucking Target
Yes,
stuff
every day.
over.
Yeah.
Same
Mhm.
thing. But anyway, I say it's $20 now. It's probably going to be $20 again sometime next year, and I'm not technically missing out because I'm probably not going to play it right away because of all the other stuff that I want to play. Like I still haven't finished Metroid Other M, and that was supposed to be.
I mean, you got a litany
game.
of you got a list of games that
Yeah,
you
I do.
played that you ain't, or that you haven't even started and completed.
There are, but I still have my list from last year that games that I'm going through to try to finish that I started and haven't finished. And Metroid Other M is that game, and the only reason I haven't been doing that because I can't stop playing The Binding of Isaac. That game is so goddamn fun. I can't take
Like,
it.
do you
there's no
know,
end
like,
to it,
whenever
though.
I come here, like, usually when I come to the studio before I get set up and stuff like that, getting ready to entertain you guys, this is 2 hours before we go live, by the way. This man is sitting down here in the Switch playing The Binding of Isaac. Like an addict. He's like, I can't stop. It's like, it's because it starts over again, and it's like you never have the same experience twice. And I'm like,
At least
dog,
he's
come
playing
on.
his games.
He's playing one game.
No matter, he's playing his game.
That's the
One
game that you can
game!
take to a desert island, bro. If you one game on
Bro,
a desert
you got
island type
so
thing.
many other games. Will you put that down and go to something
know,
else?
But I am. That's what I said. I play some Shenmue, and I'm playing Metroid the Other M. But it's just like
Paul Marvel, what you trying to get for Black Friday, man? Anything? Ghostbusters remastered.
How much is it supposed to be at GameStop?
Oh, they remastered that game for the Xbox. And
Did
PlayStation
they?
3?
Wait a minute. We're talking about the game that they put out on 360.
Damn, Damn.
They remastered that?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Where was the news about that? I don't remember them saying anything about
They didn't
that.
say much about it. It has been out though.
Really?
How much are they selling it for? Yep.
Shit, I liked that game too.
Okay.
Dido, do you own it?
On what?
Do you own Ghostbusters?
I own Ghostbusters for the Xbox 360.
You want to get the remastered?
I don't know.
That's a problem.
The hell am I gonna do with the other one? It's still on the cellophane.
Of course it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did
yeah.
enjoy that game. I really did.
So frame rate and all that stuff's garbage.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, and I think that was the last time you could get Harold Ramis as Egon.
That is true.
So
That is
and again,
also
a lot
true.
Of people, a lot of people called that game Ghostbusters 3, basically, in the sense of that was the story the movie should have told.
That's
should
true.
have been.
Because, I mean, but it was good. It was really good
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Coming out of the chat, Hand of Omega has joined the show.
Yeah, he says he's going to buy the Dark Phoenix. He's going to buy X-Men Dark Phoenix super cheap so he can complete his collection of X-Men movies.
Okay, I mean, you know, nothing wrong with that. I mean, it wasn't a good movie or nothing. You know,
guess.
you really gotta have it.
I guess.
But I like how he cued in on your thinking the Hatchimals were real. There would have been a whole bunch of dead birds in the aisles of people that didn't get their Hatchimals.
Bianya was giving me shit too, man.
Of
so
course.
whatever.
I said I went to Toys R Us. This man thought I went to a pet store. My goodness.
Man.
It's all right, though. You know, whatever. It's all right. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. So, oh wait, we got to turn Fallen Marvel up a little bit.
I don't know if I can do that.
well, fine.
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try.
That or Fallen got to sit closer to his mic.
Yeah.
They're trying to be all sexy. Lean back. Oh, okay. Mike underneath his chinny chin.
Right.
Chin. All right,
So he
see how
says,
that
Johnny P says, don't quote me, but this may be the last time GameStop will happen for the holidays. They are
I don't know
on
about that.
the
Hey,
ropes.
I don't
I don't know
If they're
about
right on the ropes, that's great for me. And you know why? Because
He's
they're
gonna-
going to be selling used
He's going to
games
stay up there. He's going to be up there
Yeah.
all day.
for cheap. I'm like, oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have that.
Here's
oh,
the thing, though.
I'm gonna get this.
GameStop's actually restructuring, and they're going to close some stores, and they're going to change their layout. They're going to make their layout more, quote unquote, user friendly in the sense of.
Like, what does that mean?
Remember how FuncoLand was?
Yeah.
Kind of an amalgamation of that.
I'll believe it when
Kind
I
of
see it.
Kind of an amalgamation of having, collectible items and whatnot. Because again, Geek Cult, what is it, Think Geek?
Yeah.
Partnered up with them, but I think
That's
Think
true.
Geek
No,
is
they own
done.
them now, right?
But I thought Think Geek shut down.
Oh, no, they shut it down.
Yeah.
I think they shut it down.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
I think they're trying to hit that sweet spot. Basically, kind of be like a comic book store for games, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They're going to have to. They're going to have to freaking find that price point, man, because again, their used game prices are all over the place, and they're usually not very good in a lot of sense. It's almost like they're trying to be partially like an independent, owner selling stuff. Like, oh, this game is going for $80 on eBay, so our used game price for that is going to be $79.99. It's like, dude,
They do that sometimes. If you look at
Not
a
all
lot
the
of their
time.
retro stuff, it's
Yeah.
not that bad.
Mhm.
But I was looking at that the latest Kirby game that came out for the Wii U, not the one for the Switch.
right?
And that bitch is still like $35 used, and I'm like, no, no, dude. For the Wii U, most of the Mario games are like $10.
Yeah, they are.
You get Mario 3D World for $10. You can get what else? The one came, I forget which one. Mario Maker is like nothing. So it's just
Yeah.
that Kirby game.
Well, dude,
Then they need to drop that price in that Kirby game.
Right. They abandoned the Wii U like a year after it came out. They're like, damn, what do we do? Why did we come out with this?
They should have just called it something else.
They should have. Well, no, Nintendo. Yeah, it takes a very long time for Nintendo to lower their price because one of the longest game on the PS3 that was expensive was Heavenly Sword. Heavenly
Oh.
Sword was almost a launch title. I think it was like what, a couple months after launch.
Oh, and that thing was so gorgeous. And, like, when it
the
first
game
came
was
out.
the game was
The game was
great,
gorgeous.
but I remember Dido and I were we at?
We were at Toys R Us.
Yeah, we were at Toys R Us, and it was like, why is this game still $60? And this was like what, 5 years after launch? I'm like, does this game ever drop price? I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just expensive, and like we were like, dude, because I own it, but it's just like, why is this game still like $60? This was like a 2 months after launch title or whatever. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, sometimes, in my honest opinion, I think they need to drop it.
No, they're trying to pay for them voice actors and all that facial
friggin'
modeling.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, they had to pay him.
Yep.
But yeah, I just think sometimes, like, I'm not trying to get off topic, but when it comes to just video games, it bothers the living crap out of me how games that are not rare, that had,
millions of copies.
Yeah,
released.
copies are still trying to freaking be expensive. I'm just like, I'm just not down with that. I won't buy it then. I'm just not doing it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh shit!
What?
Don't
Devil
scream
May
like
Cry.
that.
Oh, sorry. But Devil May Cry 5 is $14.99 at Best Buy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, God.
Let me guess. You just bought it, right?
No, I didn't. I want it.
Oh, I'm
because
tripping
I want it. Oh, God.
All right, Cameron is saying that GTA price is still $60. No, it's not.
No, it's not. You can get GTA.
You can get GTA for super cheap. You
I
can
was
get, like,
thinking about it, but
Yeah. Oh no, it took him a little while, but again, that was one of the hottest games of all, of the moment. So,
son of a biscuit must pay.
well, John, department stores like Kohl's, they ain't got no business selling video games anyway. Now, granted, they have a deal on the Xbox One X. That I think if you
shit.
buy it, I think.
Oh man, listen to this man.
I think if you
Listen to this man.
Resident
Hold
Evil
on.
2 is $15. Sorry to cut you
Oh
off.
no, you good. No. I think what the Kohl's deal is and I think they, from what I understand, are the best deal on Xbox this year. If you spend $350 at Kohl's, they give you $150 in Kohl's cash. So basically, you buy the Xbox One X bundle, and you'll get $150 towards it.
I am sorry to laugh, but this man is literally carousing the Black Friday ads right now, right? And he is writhing. He's writhing in pain because there's games that he wants, or there's games that he's already bought.
No. It's just those two. I don't have them.
You don't have them?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
100%.
At all?
Again, that's
So what's the problem?
Because I want to get them.
So get them.
And I probably will, but I can't go out tomorrow. I can't go out Friday. I'm working. And this
Hold
just
on.
says free
You
shipping.
Do you not have
You
two
do.
very good friends
Well,
that
not
can go
even
out
just
for
That's
it?
if you guys to go out there to
Not
do
even
it.
just that.
I mean, no,
Friday.
he's going, but he's focused on his
Of course
stuff.
he
I
is.
can't.
Well, here's the other thing though. Friday, what time do you get off work on Friday?
7.
You'll be able to go. Because don't forget, games. For one, you work kind of near a Best Buy,
Oh yeah, that's real close.
and you already know games are usually in pretty plentiful supply.
Sometimes.
Movies are always in plentiful supply, so I never even worry about that. But man, you'll be fine. You'll be able to get your stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
Or-
Okay.
or like I said-
How long is the store staying open tomorrow? You know they open in the afternoon.
I don't know. I can't
Well,
leave tomorrow
most of them
at
stay
all.
open. Most of them stay open until midnight. Here's what you
Okay.
do, man. Here's what you do.
Yeah, you're fine. You just
Exactly.
go there when you get off work.
Makes me wonder if these are just shipping because it says it doesn't look like it's an in-store. Oh.
You can do in-store pickup.
I gotta see if they got.
Yeah, because they put a lot of those sales out early. So
Yeah.
Like, you can probably just like.
Oh,
just
yeah, they
have
do.
it there and just pick it up.
Yeah, because realistically,
Only 3 left. Oh, shit.
depends on which one you look
Better
at.
get on it.
That's the one in Southfield.
But no, it's like realistically, this is how I look at it. It's like you once you get your your turkey, because again, you said you're gonna get your turkey in about 8 in the morning, right? Or get started at it on 8 in the morning, right?
You trying to
Well,
get
the
him
turkey
to
is gonna. I gotta
squeeze in
take it
some,
out. I gotta take it out and get it dried
So
and all that other
when
stuff.
do you think you will be carving the first piece of turkey? What time?
I told family members between 4 and 6 o'clock.
So that means family members will get there at 8.
You know, color people time. Come on now.
I'm just saying. So if they got that window, you got.
My thing is, if I buy it now and it says pickup is ready for tomorrow, do I have to pick it up tomorrow? Or can
No.
I wait till Friday?
No.
hold it for a couple of days.
And I can
Yeah.
just pick it up on Friday.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you
I'm not
go.
in no rush.
Yeah, just buy it because basically they'll already have your money.
Yeah.
So as soon as
$29.99
you-
or 2 for $50.
Yeah.
There you go. I missed that. Sort
Right.
of.
Mr. Allen's?
It was Mr. Allen's Elite now, so they.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Mr. Allen sent a big check since y'all got all that money to charge $1 billion
Right.
for all your clothes now.
Right.
But Yeah, just do your store pickup thing, man. Because again, it's the one right by you. You
Oh, I'm
pick
not
it up
going
on
to that one. I just go on my way home. Well,
Right. So like
That's what I'm talking about. The one off. Oh no, no, I'm talking about near your job.
No, this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But
Yeah.
I was just gonna go to the one in Southfield.
Oh,
They got them, and it's
fair
on the way
enough.
home. So
Fair
it's
enough.
Like whatever.
Yeah, do that, and then.
See, this is how you do Black Friday shopping, people. I don't have to actually go to the store.
Yeah, you
I
do.
can sit at no. Hold on. I don't have to go to the store and wait in lines with people. I just buy them right here.
Hey,
the face he's making is awesome though.
exactly. But here's the funny thing, though.
You buy them right here, and you just walk in and say, "Bye, people."
Except for the fact you do actually have to wait because there's gonna be a store pickup line.
Oh, well, and there might be. Let's see. They got some codes in here too. Wiki back.
Oh no, Best Buy's checkout line is legendary, but at the same time, you shop with friends, it becomes all sorts of fun.
Oh, this is true. Because y'all can develop like battle plans. Say, hey man, I need you to go get this. I'll focus on this.
Yep.
We'll meet in the middle. We'll exchange what we need to exchange. Bam, that's it.
Yep.
Like you gotta. It's like a coordinated attack.
You got to coordinate.
Yeah, got a coordinated attack. All right, so next topic. We all know that Thanksgiving brings family together, and sometimes it's like oil and vinegar. They don't mix, and they kind of start to debate, and some of those debates may end up being problematic, I guess is the best way I could put it. So when does a healthy geek debate, basically, I'm relating it to Thanksgiving. When does a healthy geek debate turn ugly? Like, case in point, right? This damn Snyder cut won't freaking go away, but the Snyder boys are like saying, "Oh, I just want to see his vision. I feel like his vision, deserves to be out there." And I'm like, "Dude, you guys are wasting your time." It's like, so, wasting your time on something that'll never come out. So I end up like arguing with them, and then names start getting called and all this other kind of stuff. So when does a healthy geek debate turn ugly for you guys, basically? Whenever it starts getting
That's
personal.
basically it. When it starts getting personal.
It's like anytime a friendly debate just starts getting personal.
Well, okay. So what?
Because it gets to the point where, see, my definition obviously is being personally starting social media. That's usually the first key.
And okay.
So it's like, they try to say that like you don't know, like you don't know what you're talking about,
Uh-huh.
the other, or something. Usually like one of the people who just again don't know all the information, but you pretty much already made up in your mind what is going on. It's kind of like an exchange the other day I had with somebody I made a meme with Batman with Mark Houston. Apparently the guy that commented on it never knew.
Oh yes, I remember that exchange.
So it's one of those scenarios where it's like, dude, obviously if you don't know what I'm talking about, that this isn't for you then. It's like I gave him a chance to Google it and he just wouldn't do it because he really felt like he was right.
So it's more or less like smarmy ass know-it-alls that think they know exactly what they're talking about, interject themselves into a conversation when they really aren't really very well equipped to even have the debate with you. Is that the type of deal? Like when it turns like would you consider that when it turns ugly when they're basically so adamant that they're right? It's almost like they're talking to a brick wall. Like when have you ever run across that? When have you run across that, Dado? Like, I mean, you're usually pretty even keeled, so you kind of
wasn't
don't.
always even keeled.
I know you weren't. I remember them days, but I'm just saying, like now, you're pretty even keeled, and you don't get too upset over anybody. You like kind of let bygones be bygones.
Well, that's why I had to learn. I mean, it's like it was being one of those stupid ass nerds back when I was younger. We're like, oh, you didn't like my opinion, or you're a freaking idiot. Well, that's not the way to look at people. That's not the way to look at anything, especially people you're trying to be friends with or share your fandom with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, to me, is where I had to change, because I looked at that and I was just like, that's not the type of person I want to be. And if I wish I could go back in time and not be that, that type of, fan when it came to arguing over stupid stuff. I mean, the stuff is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to watch. It's not meant to be, oh, I'm right because I have an idea or opinion about this. And that's it's not worth it, in my honest opinion. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So now, of course, it's not like that. But yeah, I mean, I remember
Well, it's not like
days
that
where
for
somebody,
you, for
yeah,
sure.
for me. And I wish other people could understand that as well, because you can go into something you can enjoy and somebody else can not enjoy it, and it's just fine.
Right.
They don't have to like what you like. It does not matter. You like peanut butter and tomato fried sandwiches? Then eat them shits all you want. It's just an example, bro. It's just an example.
That shit is
It
disgusting.
does sound disgusting, but if that person likes to shove that stuff in their mouth and it's good to them, then by all means you eat it and love it and hold on to it. But I don't have to like it, and you should be like, that's cool.
So basically, learning to agree to disagree, basically.
That's basically it. I mean, it's just it's something that came with time. Like I said, I kind of wish I was like that when I was younger, because it just would have stopped dumbass arguments that didn't need to even happen.
What about those that, I mean, like I said, that are just almost like, okay, they're partisan to a fault. GQ was guilty of this in some degree when it comes to Marvel versus DC, but there's people that take it way further than he does, like with a lot of that stuff. Like, so speak on that a little bit, GQ. Like when people get so partisan that the argument becomes almost idiotic because no one moves off of their position, and I know you know a lot about that, even though technically they're kind of wrong. Shut up, Tony Young. It is not Man of Steel. Anyway.
I mean,
go ahead.
Given what Dido just said, and agree to disagree and all that, I mean, that's a nice sentiment. That's
like, that's
nice,
cute.
Like, that's cute. I mean, I wish we could all go out and leave our doors unlocked, and and then all get along, sing Kumbaya. But this ain't Canada. I mean,
this ain't Canada.
It's the Justin Hammer speech. I'll be good. No, I get what you're saying. I mean, there are times, and again, I usually do it just to piss people off.
I know you
fun.
do. It is fun.
I enjoy watching people try to counteract, because it's like for me, it's like, okay, you can have your points, but unless your points stick to what we're discussing and you're not hitting like all these tangents that don't actually have anything to do with the actual discussion, then stay on point. We can have a conversation. But as soon as you try to bring in all the other extra, or like Fallen Marvel said, you try to insult the intelligence, or say, I don't know what, it's like, okay, so you can't argue the facts, or you can't argue the point and stay on topic. So you're not on my level for arguing now. So now it's like, why even have the discussion? For me. So again, that's why I like to just boom, here's what we're saying, here's what we're discussing, and this is how it is. So I usually put my stuff out there as I'm speaking in facts. I don't speak in opinion, whether it's an opinion or not.
You color it that way.
I deliver it as a
fact,
as an undeniable fact.
Right.
But again, and that's more or less in fun, because at the end of the day, okay, do I really honestly care that Joker made $1 billion? No, because I don't have any money invested in DC. Do I really care that Robert Pattinson is going to be the Dark Knight? No, I have no control over that. It's going to happen.
Right.
Is it going to suck? Who knows?
Right.
Maybe not.
Right.
Ben Affleck, everybody thought Ben Affleck did a great job. No, Ben Affleck's stunt double did an amazing job
Rosie
in the
says
warehouse. Damn it. Ben Affleck's stunt double was amazing.
Rosie says hi, GQ.
Oh. Hey, Rosie. See, I want to see a nice side of GQ. Hey, Rosie. See, that's my favorite person in the world right there.
Yeah.
She's, matter of fact, I ain't getting nothing
She make you rethink having kids?
No. That will never happen. I don't have any personal reason to have kids. I know a lot of people that have kids, and them kids love me because I'm awesome.
Like Mike and Alice's baby?
All babies love me. It's weird, though. It's weird. It's like I'm tall, and it's kind of intimidating. I'm always wearing black. But then as soon as I sit down, and they look, and it's like, dang, he's cool, though. I'm going to go over and sit in his lap and look at him and smile.
Look at this man just talking about himself,
see if I can make him smile.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Hey, that's exactly right. No, she's getting something for Christmas. Matter of fact, I'm bringing her something back from California. She knows she's getting something awesome. Because there's nothing on Black Friday for her that I can think of. Because I'm going to
I'm sure there's a movie.
No, I don't buy kids movies because Daggone it, that's their parents' decision to decide what movies their kids are supposed to watch. That's good parenting. Y'all, everybody remember that.
That's wild. Yeah, okay.
It's the truth,
Yeah,
man.
no, it's true.
For real. Like, cause you know me, my
Yes, you
twisted
will.
mind. I'll get her.
We know it.
I'll get her My Little Pony. The covert operation to go kill
that Adi Shankar Violent Power Rangers.
Probably
yeah,
that. Probably
like
that. Or like I'll get her like a My Little Pony movie that happens to be like a silent assassination of Strawberry Shortcake land or something like that. It'll be like some weird twisted mashup that shouldn't probably happen.
He's that cool uncle that shows him stuff that should not be shown.
So I got to get away from that.
Yeah.
And I get her a giant teddy bear or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
So when a geek debate, I mean, the other thing that kind of annoys people, and I'm sure this happens with families, whether it be talking about sports, whether it be talking about politics, is when you guys are debating and one of you starts to goalpost shift a little bit. Especially after you pretty much defeated their point. And then they start saying, oh, well, what about this? Like, no, stay on topic.
Hey.
Like, what are you doing?
The goalpost be ended up on the other side of 696
For
sometimes.
real?
Just be like, dude, hold on now. We started right here on 10 Mile in Greenfield. Now, all of a sudden, the goalpost have made his way down the Palace of Auburn Hills, and y'all over there trying to kick field goals over like 50 miles. It's like, no, dude. This conversation started here.
Keep it there.
The goalposts need to stay right here.
Right.
So, and the worst part is, it's like, look, just admit defeat.
Oh, that aggravates me so bad.
It's like more
when
often
they
than
just
not.
can't admit it.
Right. It's like more often than not, if you got to constantly shift and what about this, what about that, you've already lost the actual argument. So why are you still here?
Case in point.
They
Case
just
in-
refuse to be wrong.
So case in point.
Yeah.
So case in point, right?
Uh-huh.
So this happened a couple of days ago in the midst of this whole Snyder Cut.
Oh, no. The Snyder Cut's happening.
Yeah.
20,
Stop
20,
it.
20,
Just don't. Just stop it.
2045. 2045, we get the Snyder
stop.
Cut.
So we start talking about the Snyder Cut, and mutual person acquaintance that we know of, last name Molina.
Who's welcome on the show if
He
has
was very welcome on the show. Like he was formally invited. What was this? 2 weeks ago. It was about 2 weeks ago. Formally invited about 2 weeks ago. Hasn't heard anything. But anyway,
Molina.
yes. So basically, right? So my man has a problem admitting when he's either wrong or has been defeated. Like he begrudgingly does it. So this time I said, okay, look. The Snyder Cut does not exist. It's never going to come out, all this other kind of stuff. And he's like, well, how do you know that? I said, we don't know that. Zack Snyder says it's real. I said, okay, wait a minute. What has led you to believe, out of all the stuff that we've shown, have you seen any actual moving footage? Have you seen any completed effects? And all this other kind of stuff. He says, no. I said, well, okay. Can you tell me, yes or no, is the Snyder Cut finished? Like, finished, ready to come out, and all the other kind of stuff. He says, well, I don't know. We don't know. We have nothing. I would just like to wait and see. And I'm like, no. I said, yes or no. Is it finished? This man outright refused to say yes or no.
Because it's again, it goes.
I just don't.
That's what happens when you can't answer a question.
Right.
Exactly. Well,
That's right.
People
That is
like to
so
attach
infuriating.
themselves to other stuff, and that's for whatever reason. People do it in every aspect of their life, and he has a belief that because exists, so he's going to attach himself to that belief,
Hold up.
and he's not going to be able to relent ever until, I'm not trying to bring other stuff into it, but people do it all the time. There's no physical evidence, and yet, they still attach themselves to it. Kind of like
what do they say in Boondocks? The absence of evidence is not the evidence absent.
Yeah.
It's like
There's just people out there that's gonna do it. It doesn't really matter. You can't convince them.
So I just have to say this.
Trumpers.
So Alice chimed in. She says, I can verify Rosie adores him. She says, she always lights up when she sees him on here. Oh, that is so precious. That is so precious.
Again, it's not my fault that I was born with these weird, strange powers over the minds of children. And it's weird though. It's like I don't have any kids.
So just be lucky, because unlike me,
that's
it's
a
just
sign,
complete opposite. It's not just with children; it's with people. Period. They start to get around me, and then they be like, "Oh, I'm done with this guy."
It must be something
They
about
don't
the.
get.
Yeah, it's like Mike Riley says, I'll allow it. So basically, I
I think you probably need to go ahead and revisit that whole I'm gonna have a kid thing.
Why?
Like, because obviously
Okay,
you have a
listen.
latent talent for it.
That don't mean nothing.
Yes, it
Again-
does.
Again, that's as if like, okay, I have a talent. I can shoot baskets and I can make baskets all the time. I should be in the NBA. No,
Yes.
not necessarily.
Yes, you should.
Why?
Because you,
If I don't have any actual interest to play in the NBA, that don't mean I can have to play in the NBA. I can just show up every now and again at the carnival and make a couple of trick shots and get a big ass, like, excuse me, a big butt, giant size.
big butt.
Right, a big butt, giant size, like teddy
He's
bear
trying
or
to clean it
something.
up now.
Exactly, you gotta keep it clean.
Yeah.
You got youngsters
For the children.
listening.
For children.
For the Wu-Tang for the
For
kids.
children.
But no, it's just like, no. I'm just being real. Like, I am great with kids. It's odd. It's weird, and I think more of it comes from the fact that I have a very big childish side of me. Play video games and watch movies.
You
and
have
I
all these cool toys down in your basement.
exactly. I have like tons of like stuff that's cool. So just kind of the cool just
People
kind of
got it. Some people don't.
Right, the cool
Now
just
you're getting on
effervesces.
me. She's like, "Why are you trying to get him to have a baby? What is happening right here?"
Exactly. And then again,
I'm just saying. I'm recognizing that this man has some latent talents that he isn't totally using.
Then I will be
And-
the Pied Piper of children. But like,
Wait,
that don't mean I need to have children.
Ho.
What?
R. Kelly got that on lock. Don't do that.
No,
Don't be
I
saying
didn't
stuff
say
like
I
that.
didn't say pedophile.
No. He called himself the Pied Piper of R&B. So
Again, that's
Chill.
R&B.
Just
I'm not
chill.
I'm not a
Just
singer.
chill.
I'm not a singer. I ain't trying to be a singer.
just chill.
I'm just saying, for whatever odd reason, children always have fun around me because I'm a very likable person,
Mhm.
regardless of the depths of insanity that oozes out
Bruh.
of me. But it's just
Bruh,
whatever.
Tony Young says I got a single sister, GQ, and 5 kids who all need all the uncles they can get.
Okay, uncles. I'm probably the world's greatest uncle. I'm just going to admit that.
Alice does confirm this.
Yeah, I'm going to admit that right now. I'm the world's greatest uncle. However, I do not need to be the world's greatest father. I can just be the world's greatest uncle. And I'm fine with that because, again, at the end of the day, you get to go back to your mom and dad, not me.
Yeah. See, I almost think that uncles like that, they're kind of like inherently evil, which kind of goes along with your whole shtick when you say stuff like that.
I'm drinking out of a Decepticon mug.
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm saying. Like it goes. Yeah, whatever.
That's not a stick. That's a personality trait.
Right. Exactly what I'm getting at.
Just saying.
Exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Hey, so obviously, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Black Friday is
Black Thursday.
Black
Thursday
is tomorrow. Thanksgiving is also tomorrow. For those
Thanksgiving
of you that,
is a distant
is
second.
a distant second.
in
Okay.
that whole equation.
But also coming out that are out in theaters, 2 movies that are fairly interesting: Knives Out and Queen and Slim.
Okay,
So,
Knives Out looks interesting.
it does.
Knives Out looks really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Queen and Slim is about to start some trouble.
You think so?
Queen and Slim is about to start some trouble.
I've actually I briefly saw someone do a review of the movie earlier, and I don't know. Like, I'm kind of with GQ on this one. Like, that one's gonna stir up a hot debate.
Right. People thought Joker was going to be all
so-
stuff. Queen and Slim about to start some trouble. Because I remember sitting there watching that trailer the first time in the theater. I'm like, oh yeah, this about to be that one. Everybody thought Joker was going to. I was like, because you just sitting there, just like people just murmuring in the back, like, dude, this happens in real life. Like, this happens. So don't sit here and act like they glamorizing it. This is probably a true story. They just didn't want to say it was a true story. So yeah, Queen and Slim is about to have some interesting controversy behind it, and I think maybe even 45 might chime in on that one when he really don't need to say nothing. But I'm just saying.
He really needs to keep his mouth shut. He need to not say nothing. Did y'all see that you see that he put on Twitter? What was it? A picture of him composite as Rocky. As
What?
Rocky Balboa. Yes, it was on his Twitter this morning.
I don't even need to
That
see
makes
that.
absolutely
I don't
No
even
sense
see that.
whatsoever.
Again, here's the thing. I look at it this way. If a dog don't like you, if a dog don't even remotely come over and try to lick you, hump your leg, do something, you're not a good person. Dogs usually are very good judges of character, and they come up to
They can stiff out. evil.
they'll come up to
Real
pretty
fast.
much anybody that's cool. If a dog don't even want to be petted by you, and you have absolutely no interest in the dog, then that means something's going on. So I'm just saying, you know, I forgot the dog's name already. And again, how do you not know what the gender of a dog is? I'm really trying to understand that one. How do you not know if a dog is a male or a female? There's usually a pretty telltale sign if a male dog is sitting in front of you. I'm just saying.
That's true.
He didn't. Well, there's a lot of common sense things he didn't know, like the fact that New Mexico was an American state.
Well, again, we are not a political show, so I'm trying to avoid it. But
Yes,
some
I
things
know.
just have to be said because
If
I was like, oh my
if we're
God.
on the subject, I'm just saying.
Oh no, I hear you. I just couldn't believe it. I heard that. No, I'm sorry. I saw that. I was just like, really? Not sure if it's a. And it said the dog was a tough cookie. I'm like, what the hell is up with this tough cookie thing, man? It's not even a generational thing. I don't even think my grandmother used to use the words tough cookie. So it's like that's just goofy to me, man. Tough cookie. Shut the hell up. Heck up. Just saying.
Yeah. Hey, look, you clean it up.
Hey, I have young viewers.
Mike says Liam loves you too, by the way.
Now again, Liam and I have a very interesting. It took a little
Relationship.
while to warm because Liam is loud.
He is.
And again, it's not his fault. You know, he's just loud. He needs to be petted,
kind of
every now and then
excitable.
comforted.
Kind
I
of
get
excitable, Yeah.
it. You know, and I get it, but you know, a little bit loud.
Yeah.
It's okay though. He's rambunctious.
Dada, what are you over there doing? You searching for more?
You over
Black
there
Friday
buying
stuff?
stuff, man.
Are you?
No,
Like, what
I'm
do you-
not, I was looking at more video games. But then I was just
Like this man has a straight up
like,
addiction.
I'm done.
Are you
It's just
done?
those two, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was debating about medieval or not.
But it's
and
20, isn't it?
Medieval.
I think it's
and
20.
then-
20.
It's 20, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just recently picked that up earlier this week.
Yeah,
Because what did it come out at 30?
Huh?
It came out
I
originally at
think
30.
it came out at 30, so I
Yeah.
can
It
wait
came out
for
at
that
30,
to
they
drop.
knocked $10 off of it, so it's $20, which is
Okay.
still in the bad.
Yeah,
So
if
my
it was
wife
if it was
asking me
10,
for
if
stuff.
it was 10, that'd be an insta buy, definitely, or even 14 probably. I would think.
Yalian says a great debate by geeks is if social and political issues should be in comics. That is a great debate, but
I mean,
it's
it
kind
should
of
be,
a
as it has
okay.
always
Okay,
been.
see.
There's a lot of.
I mean, that's one. There's a complete oxymoron. So seeing how most comics originated as politically driven, like
Yeah.
they were in newspapers all the time
Yeah.
as politically driven comics. I mean, of course, they're always satirical,
Yeah.
but they're always based in some kind of social or political statement.
Not only
You know?
that, I mean, you look at X-Men. We already know it was mutants was an allegory for the racism of the time.
Yep.
There's a lot of examples of it. They always say that there's certain things that should never be discussed. Religion and politics never should be discussed at the dinner table, especially tomorrow being
Mhm.
Black Friday.
Absolutely
Black
not.
Thursday, and also Thanksgiving by proxy somehow. It just happened.
Like, can you imagine, like,
But,
if you were a Christian family, right? You're a Christian family, and you have a family member who you bring them over and they're practicing atheist, or they're
Said
practicing.
atheist.
I mean, no, seriously.
You realize that like atheists don't practice.
They don't
just-
practice
No,
they just
or
are.
or not even or we're talking like a Wiccan or paganism.
Okay, but
or,
okay.
thing of that nature.
Here's the thing. Though.
Like it can get ugly fast.
oh no, it can definitely get
You know,
ugly
they
fast.
really
if you stick
fast.
to my philosophy and you do you and they do them, you don't have any problem
Right.
whatsoever. Because that's how it
Just
should
don't bring
be.
it up. And
That's how it should be. Even if they do bring it up, it's just like, you know what? Why would I argue with you? Because this is what I'm going to be doing. I shouldn't have to convince anybody in their life to do anything that I'm doing. At all. Except for if we're being shot at and there's bullets coming towards us.
Hey,
get
duck.
down!
Right,
Duck.
duck.
That's about the only time I think I should be convincing somebody, or watch out for that train, or, trying to save somebody's life. But there's no reason ever to be trying
I
to
don't know why I
just
thought
like,
you was about to say, watch out for that tree.
Exactly.
live your life and let them live their life, and you never have any
Here's the
problems.
one thing though. I'm gonna be 100% honest, and Rosie, cover your ears. If somebody's about to get hit by a train, as loud as trains are, if they're not deaf, if I know that they're not deaf,
Right.
I'm not gonna do nothing. Because if you find a way to be on the train tracks, you can feel a train coming.
Oh, yeah,
So if
most
you
definitely.
find a way to be on the train tracks when the train is coming, you're not deaf. That's you, all the way. If you playing Pokemon Go and walk on the train tracks, have at it. I guess that Squirtle will just be
It
the
is-
last thing you ever see.
I mean, it is one of those things that they say you can't really attribute that to Darwin Awards, but maybe you can. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to figure it out. I'm
No,
just saying an example.
No,
Like,
I know the
there's-
example. I'm just because I'm thinking about because again, we've all seen the videos where people find a way to almost get hit by a train. It's like you really ain't paying attention, man. Like trains are loud.
What is wrong with you?
But hey, have at it. Let me take a peek at. That's okay. That's
So one thing I'm actually going to ask too is I know there's been a lot of crosstalk between YouTube and Facebook. Not so much on Twitch today, but I did want to ask. Probably how is everybody liking the new format? I know the chat bubbles are not on the screen. I can easily add them back if you guys are if you guys would like that. I'll try and work them into the show for next week, but. I just, kind of wanted to poll the audience to see what everybody thought, because I'm sure there's a lot of, texting back and forth that is not making a lot of sense. Final thoughts, guys, before we wrap up the show.
Shop often and shop quickly, because you got to be out of my way by the time I'm ready to get to the checkout.
You gonna save me a Dagwood, man? When I come home?
We will have to see, because like I said, I'm getting them arcade 1-up machines. I'm changing the dungeon around.
Oh, of course.
There's
I bet
gonna
you're gonna have to. You gonna get rid of that CRT finally?
The CRT's been out of the.
Oh, that's right. It has been.
Man, you've been over there recently. How do you not know this?
So, what are you gonna get rid of then?
I'll probably get rid of some of those. I'll probably get rid of them IKEA chairs.
Oh, really?
Oh, the ones over there by the. Okay.
Where are they going?
I might just move them
Just-
somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, because realistically,
That's really gonna make it kind of hard for. Well, not hard.
no, it's not.
It's not gonna make it hard.
That's what them
hard.
folding chairs are for.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure. My entertainment above all. Because
Right.
again, the main reason those chairs were even used was big gatherings or WrestleMania. We haven't done WrestleMania
We haven't done that in a
so,
while. Yeah.
Does
So-
WrestleMania even still exist?
Oh, it does still exist.
No, I'm just joking, because I haven't watched.
It doesn't feel like it.
wrestling. If people are out there having pay-per-view things, I don't know.
Oh, we haven't had a true pay-per-view gathering in a while. I'll be 100% honest.
Sure,
I miss
we
those.
actually start having them here.
Yeah. That's not a bad
That
idea.
is true.
Charge
That's
motherfuckers
not a bad
$5.
idea.
Can we barbecue though?
Why not?
Yeah, right outside. Why
I'm
not?
just making sure because
Where you gonna bring the barbecue at?
City of Southfield be all crazy, man.
I mean, it is kind of.
Or you
It's
could just
technically
do
a
it.
house still, right?
Well, it's business. This is
It's a business.
Total business building. It's zoned as a business. So
Yeah, so you.
So is there a problem?
we will look
grilling
into
outside?
it. We will look
I
into it to
don't
make sure
know.
we're all
You got
good.
is the
Yeah.
freaking parking lot.
Right.
Right, we will make sure because I ain't trying to.
That's
pay no
actually a
extra
damn
nothing.
good idea. You know what? Having a we could have it a
WrestleMania
big.
party.
We could have a big party.
And not only
Think
can you
about
have WrestleMania party having on, you can throw some games on too.
That's also true.
That's
Yeah.
the big thing of having
Having a place, a
having
meeting
a
spot.
place for us to do this stuff.
That's
Most
true.
Definitely.
Yeah. Tony Young says, add chat bubble back. I miss talking, debating with Hand of Omega. So there's one vote for it. Alice says, bring WrestleMania back.
Well, I don't own WrestleMania. I wish I did because
I
that'd be
bet
a
you
lot
do.
of money. That'd
Yeah,
be a lot of
I
money.
bet you do.
Yep. Be all sorts of fun and toys and things.
Fallen Marvel. Any? Oh, go ahead.
It's like something about just to bring it back only to keep disappointing millions of viewers.
Hey, it still sells out every single year. So, regardless of whether people are
if it wasn't for
disappointed.
the spectacle that it was, yeah. So,
But the thing is, see, that's again, that's one of those argument points.
Mhm.
It's not so much if it wasn't for it because it already is. You can't take that away from it.
No, you can't.
no,
I almost don't. I don't enjoy.
it.
Like literally, I do not enjoy WrestleMania anymore for the wrestling. I enjoy it for everything around it. Like, and really to hang out with you guys. Like that's part of the reason why I love WrestleMania so much. But for real, like the other stuff, the entrances, the elaborate entrances, the celebrity guests and stuff like that, the locations, and the presentation, really
Well,
too.
heck, I mean,
It's
come
all
on,
great.
The New Day came out of their cereal box as saying
Shit was awesome.
That was all sorts of
Or
funny.
Triple H was with his Conan entrance that he had, or even the
Yeah.
Terminator one that he had
He
that
did the
one
Terminator
year.
one. He also had a Mad Max one.
Yeah,
Like, Triple H
you know
goes all
what?
out.
The thing is, I will always loathe the Terminator one because I know what match that was.
It is what it was.
I always loathe that entrance just because I know what Magic was. So
I can understand that. I can understand that because I think one of the fun times, really fun time though, is when some of us went to Toronto to see WrestleMania 18 in person.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
oh, that had to have been awesome.
Yeah.
Back when they were still putting on pretty good shows.
Oh yeah,
Back when Pacific Mall was still at
Pacific
awesome.
Mall was amazing.
And I wish I could remember that other arcade we went to.
The one that was like kind of in a strip mall, but it basically was almost the entire strip mall.
had,
Yeah, I don't remember
the arcade there, and then they had the pool hall.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, Tommy Styles might remember.
Is it still there?
I don't know. I haven't been
a lot
out
of
there.
stuff is different.
No, there's no
Because
reason to
when
go.
we went out for that
Pacific
Transformers
Mall
conference,
arcade
Pacific Mall is
Garbo
garbage.
now.
Where's the next one? Where's the next WrestleMania anyway?
I don't know. Somewhere.
I don't know.
I'm actually
Isn't that New Orleans or was that last year?
What number would it be now?
They don't even go by numbers anymore, which is weird.
Really, they
Because
don't.
now I've lost. Well, no, because I think the last one that was numbered was 34, but that had to have been like 2 years ago or maybe a year ago. Somebody in chat will
Oh yeah,
know.
that's right. They have just dropped it. They just call it
Yeah, they just call it
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania because
Yeah.
Wow, that's
April 7th.
That's kinda sad,
You
though.
call it 35,
apparently
kind of.
It's going to be in Tampa, Florida.
No, I ain't going down there.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, I don't even.
I mean,
go to
if Miao Yin was still going to be there, like if she wasn't getting ready to, make her little excursion, that might be worth it, but it'd be expensive, but still.
Again, Florida has two things I like. My nephew and family that live down there.
Severio's down there.
Okay, three things. I apologize.
It's not the people, it's the state. I love the people that I know there. It's just
Right.
that state is
That
Right.
state is crazy, dude.
And of course, and of course,
Yeah,
of course-
Florida's crazy, bro.
Well, actually, I take that back. It's got four things. It's got the two people I mentioned, and then it's got Disney World and Universal Studios. Those four things make Florida worth visiting.
It does.
Now that
Yeah, Florida is
certain,
the one with that
Right.
they do have Disney World down there. That's the one.
yeah, now that a certain
Not
person
land.
moved down
That's
there
like,
is.
that's like Disney. That's
I don't
like
know.
Disney
I'm going to
World.
land. I'm going to land next month. But now that a certain person has made Florida their permanent residence,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would go to Florida.
Oh
anymore.
shit,
It's
is that
tainted.
for real?
It's tainted.
What?
Yeah,
His permanent residence? What?
it's tainted. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to call up our friends that live down there. And be like, hey, y'all gonna move out because the property value of the entire state is about to drop. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just let you know.
He made
Some-
that his
some-
permanent.
Right. Some
when did he say that?
some of the people that have moved into the state, not even the neighborhood. Some people moved into the state, just making us uncomfortable.
Oh, Miao Yin says she'll be here. She'll be there in April
Where?
in Florida, Tampa.
Oh, for WrestleMania?
Yeah,
Man, tickets probably already sold out, man.
that's true. That's true.
Tickets probably
Hey, we can
sold out.
tailgate. We can tailgate. Whatever. So I'm just-
That is also true.
yeah, we can always just tailgate.
I don't
That'd be
know.
dope.
Who knows? I ain't been to
I
Florida
know.
since last year, probably.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I will find something interesting to do. I always do.
All right, y'all. So we had a
Spend
great
money.
time entertaining you all for about an hour, 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. Get out of here and get everybody ready cooking. Isn't that right, Dado?
Yeah,
you
gotta
looking
go
forward to it,
prepared.
ain't you?
Hopefully, I can still get to bed by midnight.
Yeah, I think that
don't know, you
ship
prepping
has sailed,
about
brother.
15 different
No,
desserts and
Yeah,
all
man.
that
I
other stuff.
think that ship has sailed, man.
It's one is ube pie, which ube, for
Ube?
those who don't know, is kind of like a
Ube?
purple sweet potato. And then you got sweet potato pie, which
Okay.
you would make them the exact same way.
Hold on. Wait,
Yeah.
what is it? Is purple? It starts off purple. Does it end up
No,
purple?
it's always purple.
So it
It's
stays
just a
purple. So
purple
you can have a
potato.
purple sweet potato kind of ish pie and a sweet potato pie. That's awesome.
You ain't doing nothing. You can come by and eat. I've been inviting people, but
I will
people
be,
ain't showing up. But family, I guess.
I will see what I can do.
That almost sounds like a shot at us, man. Like it's because
What?
we're not gonna be there.
You don't have to be there.
Well, the last
Like
time
we
you
already had
something-
commitments.
The last time you had something, I wasn't even in town.
I mean, there's
Right.
nothing wrong with having commitments. What I'm saying is, it's always open, and if you choose to come, by all means. But don't complain that you haven't been invited.
I never
Who
complained about not being
complains?
invited.
Has any of us complained? Have you seen anybody else?
I'm hearing
complain?
stuff down Grapevine.
You hear
Grapevine.
what?
When have I?
Not
I always,
you.
Right,
Not
I'm about to
us.
say, you
Not
already know. I
us,
always tell
right?
you
I don't know
stuff
about
directly.
you. You don't answer my text, so I have no idea.
Oh, wow! Look at this guy throwing me under the bus on the street.
Hey, you bought your bus ticket by not answering that text.
All
so.
you gotta do is answer text.
Yep.
Like, hey, buddy, nice to see you. Nothing.
Thanks for saying happy birthday. God,
Yep.
this guy.
That's the thing. Only time I don't answer a text is if I got a camera in my hand and I can't move.
And I understand it, and you still usually get back.
Yeah, I know after the
'Cause
fact.
it is not that hard.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Everybody got their cell phone on them all the time.
Yep.
I can be like, oh, I'm busy. Hey, how you doing? You know,
Yep.
it's not that hard.
Yep, that's true. I don't know,
But
sir.
it's okay.
You know.
Like I said, it's always an open door for me.
You know what? This
I
is a
am
quick mini
cooking.
topic now. Think about it. You know what's funny is you send a text to somebody, and you know for a fact that like they is just on social media, or they just did something, or just posted something, and then you send them a text within like 20 seconds of that post, and then nothing.
Oh, I get that happening a lot. I think there's something wrong with me. That's why I say that, because
Or-
it happens often.
Or somebody. Here's the one that gets me the most. Somebody texts you, and you answer back like right away, but you put a question in your answer though, and then nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on. I know you got your phone in your hand because you just sent me this text. So, and my text came back within like a couple seconds. So,
Shoot, I sent out a group text for the Thanksgiving thing, and I got like one text back. I asked my dad, I'm like, did you see my text? I didn't see your text.
Oh,
I'm
wait
like,
a minute.
group texts are weird sometimes.
Group
though.
text? Was I on that group text?
No,
I
not-
don't know if I was on
not
that group
for
text.
Thanksgiving.
Oh,
mainly because
okay.
We're not talking about the group text for that. I'm
Okay.
inviting you with my mouth.
Oh, okay.
It's mainly because I do know you have a family. I don't know if you cook or not, and when I assume certain things of certain people, I may not act upon that. But when I came down here today, I did say, hey, if you're not doing anything, after I asked you if you do anything, I said you can come on by and eat
Yeah,
if you
and-
want to. And I
yeah.
just say, you was like, you know, you got plans? I'm like, that's fine. I'm not taking offense to anything. I'm saying, look, my door is open.
You're just putting it out there.
And
Just
if you
don't
want to
leave it
come
unlocked.
by all means. People do have my phone number. People do have my text. And if I put a text out there, if they don't respond, I'm like, oh, okay.
You know
But
what?
I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna stop trying.
You know what would be
I'll
awesome?
try.
Like we should do one year, like all the different Thanksgivings that we have, like our mutual friends, whether it be Mike and Alice's or Dido's or maybe even Mega Sean's house. We should just go and do a tour.
So you sound like
shop at the same
So
time.
in other words, you try no.
be like
no.
Tupac and Joe
You-
Torre and Poetic Justice.
You're just trying to
Cut Pete.
You're just trying to go around and get plates.
Yeah, Cut Pete. Absolutely.
Dude. I'm
Absolutely.
not doing a pub crawl.
Friendsgiving.
I am not
Alice
doing,
even coined the phrase
I am
Friendsgiving.
not
There
doing
you
I
go.
am not doing a pub crawl Thanksgiving.
Come on, man.
No.
Me personally,
no,
I would
I'll
love
do
to
it. Shit.
invite everybody as possible because we have a group of friends. They don't
We
ever
do.
do it on Thursday. There's a group of friends that you don't know. It's mainly because of through Nanette, my wife.
Alice says Rosie would be definitely disappointed if you do not show.
So for what?
So
Tomorrow?
No, for the Friendsgiving. Like if we start doing the friendly Thanksgiving pub crawl, come to get plates, come to get food.
Go ahead.
What I was
Come
getting
and
at
commune.
is that what they do is they don't do it on Thursday because most people either A is with family or B some of them have to work. They usually do it on a Friday or a Saturday, so you can show up and they do a potluck and
See,
that other
now I
stuff.
I
can do
love it.
that. I can do that on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday, because again, Black Friday. I don't usually shop on Friday. However, there may be times when you need to go and get some extra. So Thursday is already booked. I can see Friday.
It's only booked because your ass want to go shopping.
Again, that's one of the most important times of the year to get your deals in. I'm sorry. I for the last 8 years, I have not wavered from that, and I'm not going to waver from that. That to me, man, you know the savings you get? That's insane. I'm not passing that up for anything. Now I can dedicate a Saturday to your Friendsgiving.
Saturday, it's got to be on Saturday.
Yeah, and I would, and like you said, potluck
know what?
at a location.
That'd be
'cause-
dope.
Yeah, because
That'd be dope.
yeah, trying to go like 15 different places is insanity.
Meowlian says Friendsgiving is the weekend before Thanksgiving. I don't know if
Well, some people do it the weekend before Thanksgiving. Some people do
That's
it
true
afterwards
because you can get a lot of the same food. Well,
That's
you can get
true.
the same food year round.
And
I
you
don't
know,
know,
I
I
guess
don't know
you're
why
right
people act like
about-
turkey is only possible and only purchasable on Thanksgiving.
Of course.
as much as
Of
people
course
eat
it's not.
turkey bacon and turkey hamburgers and turkey tofu and turkey and all the other stuff they eat. So I'm just saying. You know.
I get it. Hey, friends who own businesses are busy on Saturdays. This is true. and I'm sure she's talking from personal experience.
Oh no, I
So-
completely understand that. But
Right.
if you just happen to be busy on our Saturday, then I'm sorry.
Wow, this guy, he's so ruthless. Oh my
Hey,
goodness, this guy.
Again, I
Savage.
cannot give up Thursday.
Yes, you
Thursday,
can.
No, I cannot.
You would give up the early part. No, you actually no. You
There's
can't.
no early
you can't.
part.
There's no.
Store. The earliest store that opens this year is GameStop. They open at 3:00. I will not be there because they don't have anything I want. I already got what I wanted from them a couple days ago. The next early store is Best Buy, the most important of all of them. They open at 5. I will be there. Best Buy, send a check. I will be there at 5:00. 6:00, I think, is another store. It might be Walmart. So I'll be at Best Buy before 5, standing in line, antagonizing people, laughing at them, laughing at the people buying the TVs that are crap. But I will get in there and I'll move around and get all my stuff because I got a list, buy all that stuff up.
Checking it twice.
Well, I don't need to check it twice. I already revised it 3 times.
Mm.
So it's been revised, not checked. It's been revised.
Mm.
Because now that I've bought some of the stuff off of the list already, I can just cross it off the list. And I actually took Forza off the list. Sorry, Waffles. I took Forza off the list.
So why would you have Forza on the list? I
Because
don't get it.
I've never owned one of them, and it's like,
That's a reason to buy it.
yeah, $20, why not? Whatever. But then
Well.
I changed my mind. It's like I don't need it.
It isn't it on games with gold.
I don't do that.
You don't.
I do physical only.
Mm.
If it's
There's not one single digital piece of gaming that you have. Not one.
There's not one that is available physically. Because even Skullgirls, I own a physical copy of Skullgirls.
Okay. All
Cuphead.
Yeah,
There's no physical copy.
yeah, there's no physical copies of Cuphead, and I don't think Limited Run did one. I don't
Not yet,
believe.
if they are going to at all.
So then,
Yeah.
but do you own Cuphead?
Yeah, I own
So
Cuphead.
there. So see.
I just said there's no physical copies available. That's the only way you can
I
get
see.
that game.
I see. Okay.
Same with
So-
the Contra collection. Same with the Castlevania collection. You can't get them physically. Now Japan does some stuff physically, but I ain't importing nothing just to get it and then have to freaking convert and replace it. No, I
No,
ain't
you
doing
don't
all
have
that.
to do PlayStation 4. Is
Oh, that's
all
right. That's region free. That's true.
And a lot of times you pop it in there and come
Well,
up
shit,
English,
man. The
'cause
last
that
thing I
stuff may
remember
cry
this
for
guy
that I got
importing was,
physical
what was that?
plays in
DOA
English.
Extreme Hardcore volleyball,
Two.
Extreme Beach volleyball.
Yeah, that was the last thing I
That
imported.
was the last thing you imported.
Yeah,
How much did that shit run you? Again?
The same price.
Oh, it was the same. Really?
Yeah.
It was no extra fees.
Like shipping, but I mean the shipping was like $3. So I mean that.
And what'd you get in it?
Yeah.
Huh?
It depends
What'd you
on
get in
what
it?
Are you
get
talking?
for
You're
it.
talking
A lot
about
of
the?
times
You're talking about the collector's edition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
It
was
came
in
with
it?
like playing cards and a mouse pad.
Ah,
So yeah,
Kasumi?
whatever.
Was it Kasumi?
They gave you the new person, the new people at that one. It was either Hanukkah or Marie Rose, which
Okay.
were whatever.
Man, I need
Alright.
some clippers of this shirt.
Yeah, I love that. I've been trying to close the show, and we just ran off for almost another 20 minutes.
Well, again,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
brought up that text thing, and you got talking about being put under the bus when you bought a ticket. You bought a ticket.
So you're saying this is my fault?
Hey, you bought a ticket. The man sent you a text, a happy birthday text at that. You got to respond to your happy birthday text. I'm sorry. For all you ladies out there that get the happy birthday Facebook posts and don't say nothing, y'all are rude. y'all are rude. I'm just throwing that one out there too. Y'all are absolutely, positively.
Oh
This will be GQ's little quick rant. For all of y'all out there that want to be Instagram models or want to be Twitter models or Twitch models or even Facebook models, whatever, y'all have to understand one thing. It is extremely rude if you have you put your little picture up there and you say, hey, how's everybody doing, blah, 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 and you get a bunch of compliments and hellos from all the males out there. Then this absolute moment an actual female comes in and says, hey, whatever, you instantly reply to that and carry on a whole conversation as if all these other people didn't say nothing to you.
Yo, man, this is the most incel sounding shit I've ever
not-
heard, bruh.
It has nothing to do with incel. It's just the truth.
No, it's true. No, that's the kind of shit they say, though.
Again, here's the thing. People used to try to accuse me of being a metrosexual, and I'm not. I'm just amazing.
Oh, man.
I'm just amazing. So
I kind of remember that. Oh my
it's
God, I
it's
can't
not
believe
my
you
fault.
said that.
Like the Joker, I'm ahead of the curve. But just because incels say it doesn't mean that I haven't already said it first, and that means that it's not an incel thing to say. It's a GQ thing to say. So it's already been claimed. Matter of fact, the love contract, I was touting that long before Chappelle put it in his show. So I'm just saying, there's certain things that I have, these nuggets of wisdom and joy, that I put out there I just don't have the huge, enormous following some of these other people have. But at the same time, back to the point, that is rude. I'm just letting people know that. Just putting it out there.
Alice will be straight up. She's like, I might do a single thank you post if you were a lucky.
Well, again,
Right.
I'm just saying it's a rude. Like, for example, all the birthday wishes I got for my birthday,
Yeah.
I individually went back and replied to each person. Or I put a blanket thank you to everybody out there, at least, whatever.
The single thank you post, right?
I turned my birthday thing off because I don't want to do that. I said, if you don't have my cell phone number, then you don't know what my birthday is.
Well, no,
That's
again,
it.
I can understand
So
that too.
you just don't like empty platitudes, basically.
I
right?
really don't, because if you don't know me personally and you know me through Facebook, you don't know what my birthday is. And unless you ask, I'll tell you 100%. But
I
don't.
get that.
I can't be bothered people saying. And the gesture is nice. I'm not saying it's not nice. It's just that you just knew my birthday because Facebook told you.
Oh no, and I can completely understand that. But at the same time, Facebook does give a good. For example, if you have a wide berth of friends, it does get difficult to remember everybody.
I try to remember anybody that is close to me birthday,
Right.
most definitely. And
So
if
I get the reminder, it's helpful.
yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. But like my close personal friends, I try to remember all of their birthdays, and if I don't remember their exact day, I know what month it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you almost everybody that's around me where their birthday month is, and I'll get their day as it get close to. Because I may forget the day, but I won't forget that month. And I know
Exactly,
where
and
it
again,
is.
there's nothing wrong with that. I completely agree.
But that's
I'm
just how I feel about it. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I just don't want Facebook to tell me it's your birthday for people who I did not ask what their birthday is,
Right.
or I only know through Facebook.
Oh no, I can understand that,
I get it.
but at the same time, I'm just letting people know. Not necessarily the birthday thing, but it is rude to ignore all the people and then jump in on the one girl that comes in and says, "Hey,
Yeah,
what's up?"
I mean,
That's rude.
I mean, it couldn't be that she might be afraid of getting a whole bunch.
I don't
of
care about
unsolicited-
fear. I don't care about fear. My
Wow.
thing is this.
Wait.
My thing is this.
Wait.
thing is
But
this.
what happens when she gets a whole bunch of unsolicited pics in her DMs, bro?
Again, Facebook has the ability to turn your DMs off.
Wow.
I look at it this way. If I go out there and put myself out there, I am going to have the ability to get attacked. I will get unsolicited pics in my inbox and various things because of the way I look, the way I dress, the way I act, the way I speak. It is what it is. I put myself out there. I made that choice. So, you got to take the good with the bad. It's the truth.
He almost wanted to start singing the fact of life.
Because obviously you allow yourself to have that type of platform and it grows and grows. I mean, it's kind of hard to not interact with the people that follow you and just select certain ones. Now, granted, all of it is not going to be positive a lot of times. Folks are going to be weird, but at the same time, you at least want to make everybody feel well.
You should. Yes, I agree. However, some people just aren't good at it.
Yeah.
it's like I can't remember who it was, but I remember it was supposed to be some. I think it was like some musician or whatever that was saying like how she doesn't hug her fans at meet and greets because she doesn't know what kind of energy they will have.
Well, there's some people.
Like-
I can understand that.
I
Some
don't
people can
remember
think
her
that.
name, and it was just like, well, why have meet and greets then? Like that
No.
kind of defeats purpose
Here's the
of a
thing.
meet and greet.
Meet and greets. here's the
Contractual
thing.
obligations.
No, meet and greets is one thing because that's a marketing thing. But I can understand not wanting to be grabbed by everybody because some people don't understand when a hug. Some people don't understand how a friendly hug versus a I've known you for years hug versus a let's get it on hug. There's a couple of different levels of hug,
Right.
And some people don't understand
Right.
the different levels of hug when they meet somebody. So it's and some people are just again we don't want another Borat situation where you got Sacha Baron Cohen going to a Pamela Anderson autograph signing and picking her up and running away without that being planned because she didn't even know that was about to happen in the movie. So I'm just some people are weird, man.
Yeah. Some people are weird. All right, so can I close the show now? Because this man's got to get home. And cook.
No, go right ahead.
Yeah, so anyway.
I've been trying to close the show. Y'all just keep
I'm
throwing
trying to
stuff
close the
out
show.
there.
You keep bringing shit. Okay. I want to thank you all for joining us today. We've had a great time in entertaining you for the past couple of hours. We hope you have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. And make sure you come back and join us for the next episode of Culture Junkies Live right here on Facebook and on Twitch and on YouTube. 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, every single Wednesday. For my friends GQ, the Great Datakuji, and from Fallen Marble, I am Kishiro. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Later, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
And go eat some food. Make sure that belly full. You gonna like it. Just eat some food.
And don't take a picture of your plate.